You're so much welcome for our news at 1 here at Sararights TV, where we bring you stories covering things that are going around us. Here are our top stories. Minister Balam orders arrest over ghost learners in Maracha district. Police arrest man found with schoolgirl in Masaka Lodge. One dead, several injured in multiple crashes on Kampala-Entebbe Express. Lastly, Somali president tells African Union peacekeepers to leave. I am Florence. Let's have the stories into details. The Minister of Local Government, Honorable Balam Barugahara Antei, has ordered the arrest of several Maracha district officials over alleged financial irregularities involving education funds, more than 1,600 suspected ghost learners, and mismanagement of public funds for infrastructure development such as roads, bridges, and health center upgrade. The officials were arrested on Friday, 14th of August 2026, during his visit to the district to investigate alleged corruption and mismanagement of public funds. The directive followed queries over learners allegedly listed in school records to access government grants despite reportedly not existing. Those arrested include District Education Officer Michael Asiki, District Inspector of School Stella Abaru, Chief Finance Officer Stephen Chandya, Secretary to the District Service Commission Florence Deboru, District Health Officer Dr. Paul Onzobo, and District Engineer Herbert Indria. Other officials who are on the run have also been ordered to report and record statement to aid investigation. Head teacher of Kololo City Secondary School, Koi Primary School, and Midra Primary School were also arrested. Minister Balam's concern also focused on funds allocated for the renovation of Otravu, Alivu, and Midra Primary School. However, Midra Primary School was reportedly not renovated despite being included in the budget. Questions have therefore been raised over Ugandan shillings 300 million reportedly spent on retention and additional works, as well as the use of the extra Ugandan shillings 62 million. Loinya Health Center was allocated 650 million shillings for upgrade to Health Center 3 in the financial year 2024 to 2025, which is not affected still dead. During the discussion, Minister Balam ordered the arrest of the officials who are taken to Maracha Central Police Station to record statements. The inspector of school went and accounted learners on 16th of June 2026. I'm sure the same inspector, with guidance of his boss, the DEO, found that this school breaks off for lunch. When I look into the nearby village in the big restaurant accommodating them, I could not see children who had gone for lunch, Minister Balam stressed. All the 2,201 pupils who are funded by the government of Uganda, and they had all gone for lunch. Now, when I asked the director of studies, that man stood up and said, "Honorable Minister, let me give you my list of people who sat exam. P1 100, P2 120, P3 140, P4 145, P5 100, P6 90, and P7 48 pupils, giving us a total of 744, he said. So they make the government of Uganda lose more than 1,700 children. Fake, they don't appear anywhere, but the government is spending money. And then the parents are even made to contribute for development funds of Ugandan shillings 100, and they are not providing anything to these children. This is tragic. Minister Balam also raised queries over the mismanagement of road funds and money allocated to upgrade Loinya Health Center 2 and Health Center 3, which has not been completed. They have only one bed where mothers are delivering. What about other emergencies like the snake bite or the other big emergencies in the area? And the engineer, knowing I'm coming, they put up a sign for Health Center 3. But when you look at it, how can it be a Health Center 3 in this state? I think we are running crazy, Minister fumed. He further added that government of Uganda allocated 650 million for these health centers. The district council passed it, so where is the money? This prompted him to order the arrest of the district health officers to answer questions over the health fertility funds, and the district engineer to account for money meant for the construction of Alu Bridge and Awiziru sub-county headquarters. Erisu Peter, the chief administrative officer of Marata district, acknowledged that part of the funds have been diverted by the district education officer to monitoring, repairs and supervision and fuel. The minister's directive has placed the district technical leadership under scrutiny, with investigation ongoing to establish how the funds were used. In another story, police in Nyendo, Masaka City have arrested a 20-year-old man after he was allegedly found with a schoolgirl at a guest house, with authorities now investigating how the minor ended up at the lodge. The suspect was arrested together with the girl at Gofrex guest house following a tip-off from a resident who alerted police that a man had taken a school-going girl to the lodge. Officers from Nyendo police station responded to the alert and were reportedly informed by guest house workers that the two were inside one of the rooms. Police said officers ordered the occupants to open the room, but suspect allegedly claimed that the person inside with him was his sister. Police said the girl gave different accounts about her age, initially saying she was 17 before later claiming to be 18. However, when asked about her year of birth, she reportedly indicated that she was 15 years old. Masaka Regional Police spokesperson Twawa Kashire said officers acted on information from community members who reported that a man had entered the lodge with a schoolgirl. A resident alerted us that there was a man who had taken a school-going child into the lodge. Our officers responded immediately and found that the two locked inside one of the rooms of Gofrex guest house engaging in sexual activities, saying police who reportedly said they initially to take the lodge. Kawesi said they became the two repeatedly changed that they are going to market. After reaching the market, they said it they were going, then asked me to turn back, and that is when they told me to stop at the guest house and they both entered inside, he said. Our safety of school-going children and allegations that some men take young girls to lodge. Jane, a resident, said authorities should strengthen monitoring of lodges and enforce strict measures to protect children. Masaka City resident Commissioner Mdu Washaki urged police to conduct a thorough investigation and take action against anyone found to have violated laws protecting children. He also urged parents to closely monitor school-going children, including knowing where they are and the people they associate with. Parents will also always follow up on their children while they are at school and establish where they are, because this one was taken to a school in Barara. Now she's in Masaka in a lodge with man. This can help protect them from bad acts, including sexual abuse and other dangers that may be caused by men who target young girls, he said. Now the suspects, both the man and the girl, remain at Nyendo police station as police continue their investigation. The circumstances surrounding the girl's presence at the lodge, including how she got there and whether any offense was committed, remains subject to police investigation and due process of law. Still in Uganda, in another sad story, at least one person has died and several others have been injured in multiple crashes along Kampala-Entebbe Expressway, prompting an emergency response on the Kanjasi-Busega section. The fatal incident involved a pedestrian who was struck at the kilometer 3 of the expressway near a sharp bend, according to the Kampala-Entebbe Express management. Emergency response team from the Kampala-Entebbe Express, working with the traffic police, evacuated the injured victim for further medical attention. Workers and Transport Ministry spokesperson Alan Sebua said the deceased person was taken to Mulago Hospital mortuary by Uganda police. The teams have evacuated the victim for further medical attention, and the deceased, as reported, has been taken to Mulago Hospital by Uganda police, Sempiwa said. The expressway management said the pedestrian incident highlights the danger of walking or attempting to cross the expressway where pedestrians are prohibited. It is said it had recently engaged communities living near the road and warned residents against crossing the expressway, cutting or tampering with safety fence, or accessing the road through an authorized point. Drivers may not expect pedestrians on the expressway, which is why it is strictly prohibited to walk or cross there, the express management said. It urged communities neighboring the expressway to use designed crossing points and asked motorists to observe speed limits, remain alert, and exercise extra cautions near sharp bends and exit points. Motorists have been advised to slow down, follow traffic guidance, and exercise patience as the response teams clear the affected areas. Lastly, in international news, President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud's call for African troops to leave comes as Somalia's security agenda increasingly depends on Turkey, the United States, and other foreign military partners. Somali President Hassan has said his country is now capable of taking full responsibility of its security, calling for African Union peacekeepers to leave Somalia after nearly 2 decades of fighting Al-Shabaab militants. Speaking in Galmudug on Sunday, Mohammed said Somalia had reached a point where it could manage its own security and thanked the African troops for their contribution. The statement comes at a significant moment for Somalia, where the African Union is already transitioning out of its long-running security role, while other foreign powers, particularly Turkey and the United States, remain deeply involved in building and supporting the Somali security forces. Turkey has established one of the most extensive extensive bilateral military relationship with Mogadishu, including a major trading base, while the United States continue to provide intelligence, training, and air support. Egypt has also joined the current African Union mission with troops, while Uganda and Ethiopia maintain forces in Somalia outside their former African Union deployments. The result is that Somalia's security transition is not simply a withdrawal of foreign troops, it is a shift from predominantly African multinational military presence towards a more fragmented system of bilateral foreign military partnerships. The African Union mission in Somalia, a mission was established in 2007, with Uganda becoming the first country to deploy troops. Burundi subsequently joined, followed by Djibouti, Kenya, Syria, and Ethiopia. The mission became the principal international ground force fighting Al-Shabaab and supporting Somalia's fragile federal government. Ugandan and Burundian forces played a particularly important role in the battle that pushed Al-Shabaab out of Mogadishu. The African forces subsequently participated in operations that helped the Somali government regain control of major towns and strategic areas. The cost was heavy. AMISOM became one of the African Union's longest-running and deadliest operations, with troops reportedly targeted by Al-Shabaab. Uganda, which remained the largest contingent for much of the mission's history, suffered significantly casualties during the deployment. Records from AMISOM's medical facilities alone documented hundreds of fatalities and injuries during the mission's early year. AMISOM was replaced by the African Union Transition Mission in Somalia at MIS in 2022, and the AU began implementing emphasized transfer of security responsibility to Somali forces. ATMIS was itself replaced by the African Union Support and Stabilization Mission in Somalia on January 1, 2025, and objectives remain broadly the same. Strengthen Somali forces while progressively reducing the need for foreign troops. Somalia has since taken control of a number of former AAU forwarding operating bases. By April 2025, the Somali government reported that its force had assumed control of 23 Charts bases since January 2023, but the transition has not been straightforward, as faced serious financial and logistic difficulties, while its future has been complicated by disagreement over troops, contribution, and funding. And that brings us to the end of our news at 1 this afternoon. Before I conclude, let's have the recap of our top stories. Minister Balam orders arrest over ghost learners in Maracha district. Police arrest man found with schoolgirl in Masaka Lodge. One dead, several injured in multiple crashes on Kampala-Entebbe Express. Lastly, Somali president tells African Union peacekeepers to leave. That was all we have for you this afternoon. I am Florence, and thank you for being with us on other platforms like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok,